It's kind of quiet up in Wilderness right here. Been sitting here for a while and I'm getting quite hungry. Oh, what a pleasant surprise. This shouldn't take too long. I've got drenched blows, they're wet, and I can body block. I wonder what Dennis is doing. Oh, he's annoying an Apex for sitting. As usual. Come on, Dennis, just let him be. Hello. So in my eyes today's is a little bit of a strange one. Because for the play session in this video, I think it could actually be a little bit educational for those who are, maybe don't play a lot of official servers, or are perhaps just new to the game in general. I had a slight little moral dilemma partway through this one. But, for those who make it to the end, let me know down in the comments, what would you have done? But, with all that out of the way, I hope you all enjoy. So I start off the same way as I do anytime I join a server. I just hop on Ramp and just start searching for any sort of action outside of the crater. Any chance to possibly steal a trophy, like perhaps this Picno versus Meg fight right here, and the Meg is kind of just bullying this Picno. It was kind of funny to watch. But sadly my water was a little too low for me to actually stick around and wait for something to die. So I pretty much just moved on. I mean, in Hunter's Thicket, there wasn't really much. In Snake Gully, there was a Kentro, there was a small Alio, there was an Iggy. But nothing really happening. It was, it was peaceful. So I decided to move on. And so I ended up flying over Burnt Forest, Green Hills, over the north end of Dried Lake. I checked out the south end of Green Valley, but then I came to the south end of Dried Lake. And that's where this actual clip properly starts. So right here, I have found two Concavenators that are going after one Rex, and that sounds perfect for the build that I have right now. In the bottom, that's a Scab Picker Ramp build, which means that I can reduce the bleed healing of whatever is bleeding. In other words, it would be perfect for me to join up with the Concavenators with this build that I have on right now. Solely just because they are, they can put out a lot of bleed on whatever they want to, get bleeding. But with the position that the Rex is in right here, it is kind of difficult to do so. But while I go hide and heal, these Concavenators, they know exactly how to deal with this. They're both not in a group, so one is healing and the other one is keeping the Rex in combat. And they're, just planning to try and tag team it out to try and get it down. Though, this Rex is doing pretty damn well to defend themselves and not allow any free hits. This goes on for a little while. One of them runs up to the rock to go heal. But as one of them are going to heal, I end up coming back with full health and pretty much Lucky Feather almost ready for when I do something dumb again. But instead of me doing something dumb, the Concavenator, it kept trying to assure damage at any cost really, and ended up taking a bit too much fall damage from jumping on that rock, or jumping off that rock, should I say. So now my only goal here, since both the Concavenators are healing, is just keep this Rex busy and not moving, I guess, just distracted. Which for some reason, I decided to kind of roleplay it a little bit, as every time that this Rex would, sit down, I would go and pounce it, then I would fly back, and then go sit on my rock, and then it would sit down again, and then I'd just start screaming at it. Then I would fly back over to it, pounce it again, and then I would just fly straight back. So one of the conks have healed up enough to feel comfortable about getting back into the fight, and so, I get back to work on just reducing the bleed healing on this Rex, so that if the conk does manage to actually hit some bleed, it'll actually be useful. But then, I noticed something a little strange. Yep, that's exactly what it looks like. So, I thought I was, just helping to distract this Rex to try and help them heal a little bit, because it's too small 2 slots going up against a Rex is a difficult fight. But instead, this Rex is having a fast one pulled on them. Poof! So I decided to myself, yeah, screw that, I am switching sides and I'm going to try and help this Rex. And they didn't really respond, though I don't think they really had the time to or the chance to either, but I don't know if they really understood either. They were trying to hit me back, but I didn't really care. I was just trying to help them because they got a Pokemon duo against them right here. So that Conk ended up taking a pretty damn, good hit from that Rex and is pretty much just like almost dead. They are definitely meatballed. So they ended up running up, the top where the corpse is here, and the Rex ended up following. Though the Conk did, just end up very easily juking the Rex. And for some reason then, afterwards, the Rex just decided to just stay here. They're playing the same game as before, which is just stall this Rex and keep it still while another friend comes. In which, I don't know if you just saw that right there. Slow-mo. Yeah. I guess one of the Conks that ended up switching off Conk, of course, they came on our hats, of all things. God damn it, why is it always hats? So the hats arrives as the Rex is chasing around the Conk for some reason, and then the hats is trying to get whatever damage they can, while the baby hat is trying to lose whatever health it can, for some reason. So now that the hats is here, that means that the Conk feels comfortable in just running off and going to heal, knowing that someone will still be keeping an eye on the Rex, making sure it doesn't try to log or something like that. So my only job right here is just to make an absolute misery for this hats right here. Say for instance, it cannot start flying if I pounce it, making it perfect prey for a Rex or fall damage. And let me just say, they lost 60% of their health from that fall. That was hilarious to see in the replay. But because that happened so soon, after the Conk tried to leave to heal, then that meant that this Hats also had to try and heal, because it was pretty much just a one-shot from the Rex. So these two are at a little bit of a dilemma, as they're both very, very low health, but they're also trying to keep this Rex in combat to make sure that there isn't the possibility of it trying to log. Not that I think this Rex would have logged, but that's just what you think about on official servers. Though I can't really do much to the Conk with anything with pouncing, what I can do is pounce the Hats, or at least threaten to pounce it, so that it'll leave the Rex alone. Because if it's pounced, it can't fly. If it can't fly, there's a chance it gets hit by a Rex. And if it gets hit by a Rex, there's a chance it just gets, killed, especially after that fall previously. Though I wish I had hit the pounce right there, as it was mid-jump before it started flying again. That would have been a lot of fall damage again. That could have possibly killed it. So this Hats keeps moving around using stamina. I keep pouncing it to stop it from resting, to slow down its stamina regen. Every time that the Rex goes after the Hats, the Conk comes around to just distract it a little bit. And for some reason, the Rex, like, every Rex main ever, will for some reason try and chase something that is 3 times faster than it. Though I think they knew what was up here. Because, look at this right here. This Conk isn't stopping. Why aren't they stopping to heal? They could very safely stop it anyway. To try and heal, but instead they're running off into the distance. What will they return on? I wonder. You probably already know what it is, though. So, with the Conk having run off, it was only just a matter of time before something just silly showed up. So, this Hats was trying to get some damage when they could, but they were always, too threatened by being stuck on the floor or possibly falling off the entire rock and dying. Because they had quite a few, close encounters just like this. I gotta say this, if the Rex had kept on walking, if they had seen that it was alright for them to walk there, they would have been able to kill this Hats, I think. I wouldn't have even cared if they activated my Lucky Feather. Sadly, I didn't have enough stamina to just stay on any longer. So, just another 2 more minutes of, trying to make this hat uncomfortable or just give them a hard time. For the most part, like through most of this that they've been here, they had just given up on trying to actually do damage since the Conk had left. But now, all of a sudden, they're starting to rush over to try and get some damage done. Albeit not very well, as you can see. But that is where we end up seeing the thing that the Conk ended up switching to. Of all things, of course, it had to be a Rex, right? So, as I'm pouncing this hat, and the Rex is chasing the hats down the hill, that's when they eventually end up spotting it, and they end up changing their entire attitude towards this. I think out of panic, they ended up just popping their plotting whispers, expecting that the albino Rex would just immediately run at them mindlessly. Because, you know, official servers, right? But the mellow Rex knows that they're just trying to wait for his rumble to run out now. And they've already been buffed with 20% extra damage, so have at it. Now, I gotta say, it was just blatant face tanking, and I guess the mellow Rex thought they were buffed up enough and stuff like that to still win the fight despite being 80% health when they started. Sadly not. Thankfully though, I did end up being able to steal the trophy. So yeah, that's something you gotta look out for whenever you're playing on official servers, especially as a solo player. Because people will either play Pokemon or Overwatch on you, and then they'll laugh at you afterwards. Though, there is one strategy that works against this, and it has quite a decent success rate. It's like way better than just staying there and fighting them. So here's an example. Me and Siblet had just killed a Stego with 2 Albertos. And the Stego got Waystoned back very, very quickly. So, for that situation that the Rex is in, where they're leaving and coming back on different stuff, or just coming back very quickly after dying, here's what you do. Do you want to just run away from him? Yeah, let's go. Let's just, I don't know, run south? Yep, that's the strategy you use to survive this kind of situation. Well, it at least has a better success rate than staying there and fighting. And you get as far away as you can from, you know, the particular home cave that you think that they're switching their dinos out on, along with also getting away from any waystones. Because, hey, fast travel across the map, that's a good way to get annoyed at someone switching dinos on you. So here we are at the end. Now, in the beginning of the video, I mentioned that I had a slight moral dilemma partway through this entire play session, right? And that was mainly due to me switching sides. Of course, I'm a Ramp, so I didn't really have that much of an impact, but imagine if I was just on, say, you know, just any other dino that could actually do damage. That would have, you know, been quite a crappy thing to do partway through a fight. But, please, as I also asked at the beginning of the video, what would you have done in that kind of situation? I look forward to knowing, but with all that out of the way, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye.